Welcome back to the 2024 Big Sky Conference Kickoff Media Day.
Welcome back into the Big Sky Kickoff Weekend. Megan Robinson, Kyle Hansen, your hosts here in Spokane, Washington. And we are joined by the head man of the Montana Grizzlies, the reigning Big Sky Conference champions. Made a run to Frisco last year. Coach, thanks so much for your time. And as you enter another one of these and get set for another big year as the preseason favorites, just Bobby, first of all, good to see you. And how are you excited for this upcoming fall?
Well, good to see you guys, too. And obviously this is a great kickoff. Gets everybody kind of excited for the season. We've got an urgency at our place to go do it again, and I'm excited about our team.
Coach, last season you became the winningest coach in Big Sky Conference football history.
It just means I'm old.
You said it, not me.
Longevity is key.
Longevity is key. Last night you were honored at a dinner receiving a football. When you think back about your career at Montana, what are some of the memorable wins that stand out to you?
Well, you know, it's funny. I remember almost all of them, to tell you the truth. Winning never gets old, and losing's always disappointing, if not worse than that, right? So really what this means is it's been a lot of hard work by a lot of people, a lot of great players, a lot of great coaches, a lot of good camaraderie, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I think the thing that's maybe most rewarding is we did this in 12 seasons. And so the number of wins per year is what shows just the exemplary effort level and work ethic of everybody that's come through our program. And it's been, like I said at the end of the season last year, it's just been a real pleasure to be the head coach at Montana.
Coach, as you do look at the preseason polls, obviously voted first in both of them, and I know you guys, the program likes to look at those for about a second and kind of move on, but when you see the recognition from the coaches, the media, and that expectations are once again high for Montana, just what does that mean to you when you look at that?
Well, I think expectations are where they should be for the Montana Grizzlies. I mean, that's what we strive for. That's where we want to be. You know, I think it's great. Every kid that comes into our program knows that he's got a chance to win a championship every year. Whether we do that or not, that's why we play them right in the fall, and you and I get to rehash it on every Sunday morning.
We do.
I really like our team. I like the work that our guys have put in. There's no complacency. All there is urgency to go compete this fall, and there's a great deal of enthusiasm in the ranks for what we can do this fall.
Said you like your team. You have Junior Bergen, Keelan White, Aaron Fonts returning. They combined for over 2,000 yards and 14 touchdowns last season. Plus, you have Eli Gilman, the Jerry Rice winner from last season. What word would you just use to describe your offense and those players?
Well, it sounds like we need more than one ball is what it does. We've got good players with the football in their hands, and you know, our tight ends are good. You got Nick Osmo at running back as well. So I think that will be productive for us through the year. You can't focus in on, you know, bracket coverage on one guy or something like that. We can be diverse. We can be balanced. We can run the ball and throw it, which I think is always what we've been and what I think is hardest to stop from a defensive side. So, you know, we should have a chance to put some points on the board, and certainly I hope we do.
Coach, when you look at the defensive side of the ball, some holes to fill, right? There's a lot of talent from the last few years that, you know, those guys have gone and moved on. So what are you looking from that side of the ball as the Grizzlies? One of their staples is defense.
Well, we've been good on defense, and I'm proud of that fact. Okay, we've been maybe real good on defense. That's college football, right? Every year there's attrition. You've got to replace guys. I mean, we lose off last year's team the defensive player of the year in Alex Gubner. We need to replace his production. It's the same thing. We lost Robbie and Pat O'Connell a year ago. We didn't need to have somebody at their position that was as productive, but replace their numbers in terms of productivity. I think we can do that. I know we'll play hard. I know we'll tackle well. And when you do those two things, you get a chance to be pretty good on defense. And, you know, it remains to be seen, but I think we'll have a pretty salty group on that side of the ball.
Coach, we're going to pull your schedule up here on this big screen. When you look at it, what are the key games that are circled on your calendar that you're really locked in on?
Well, you know, you're going to accuse me of being tried or cliche, but the key game is the one we're playing that week, and that's how we've always approached it. And I think that's why the consistent success year in and year out is because we've always treated that week's game like the only one on the schedule. We don't look forward. I mean, obviously we have a great rivalry game at the end of the year, and we do talk about that, and and have an approach to that in any given season. But as of now, we're locked in on that first game against Missouri State. We do have a challenging non-conference schedule. We've looked at all those teams this offseason. We play 2 teams in our league in Eastern and Weber State, who we did not play last year, so we don't have a good feel for them yet. So those are all things that cause me some angst in terms of preparation, the psychology for the season.
Coach, as you look at the next couple of weeks leading up to fall camp beginning, just what's the biggest thing for this group as you guys start to settle in before you kick off camp?
Well, we got to keep working. We've got another week of work in the weight room. The guys look good, and then they're going to get 5 days off before we start. But everybody's enthused for the season. We got to keep working. I mean, that game's looming, but we've got a lot of work to do. And Kyle, you watch us. We go out. We bring our lunch pail on a daily basis. We study football, we teach it, we learn it, and we want to keep progressing so when we play that game on August 31st in Washington Grizzlies Stadium, we're ready to go.
Montana Grizzlies, once again, the preseason favorite in the Big Sky Conference. Coach, thanks so much for your time. Coming up after the break,
guys.
Keelan White, Ryan Terrell will join us here on Big Sky Kickoff.